Hello, EOS. It's Kevin Wilcox with EOS Go, here to report on what the launch may look like, number 8. So we did skip the video on Tuesday because there was not much to report on. And also, we released our information about the launch party that we're holding. It's an international event. We are checking in with block producer teams, DApp teams, and prominent individuals in EOS from around the world. And we have over 40 different teams and entities all signed up already to check in with us around the world. So you'll have myself and Bluejays streaming as we like to do, as you've seen us already on the EOS radio shows, and you will have us on pretty much all weekend, 5 days straight of streaming, checking in with teams, sort of trying to bring the whole communities together into one launch event so that anyone can watch and participate and get a feel for what's going on around the world. So we are excited about that. If you'd like to learn more, there is the post in the description so you can read about it. There's also a video in the description as well for you to get a feel. Now, back to what the launch may look like. There are many things that have changed in the last 2 days. There's a brand new group that has formed in China, starting in China, and they've taken many block producer candidates over there, along with a neutral group called EOS, and they've formed together to say, hey, we're going to launch the blockchain together. We have a lot of block producer support, and we also have a lot of token holder support, so we have a lot of votes, and either come and join us or, we're basically doing this. So, and their goal, it says in their release, is that they're trying to bring everybody together towards that one launch. However, it is also implied and understood that multiple chain launches might happen. And that brings me to my next point, which is that there's currently a rift. So the Chinese group is launching using the BIOS boot software that has been forming for a while from EOS Canada. They've been making that software to help the launch smoother and more secure. However, there's another camp, and they are building a different type called a mesh network to launch the chain, and they think it's more secure, and they feel it is the right way to go. So we have these two split sides. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of communication between the two sides. We have block producers over here and over here. And so it looks like, as of right now, it is a possibility that there could be two different launches. However, you have to understand, it is important for a block producer to be on the correct chain when it launches. The chain that ends up getting the 150 million tokens voting and turning that chain into a valid chain and then getting it listed on exchanges. When that new mainnet token starts to gain a price and gains momentum, all the block producers want to be on that chain, right? Because it's better to be elected. You could be number 62, standby block producer on the chain that actually has a token value of, say, $8, for example, right? You'd rather be on that chain making at least some tokens and being voted in, or it's better than being on some chain that has not reached any kind of vote and the token is worth 0 and is going nowhere. And you also look like you're being left out of the party. So no block producer candidate wants that. So long story short, the two main things: there is a new launch group formed. It's out of China. The rest of the block producer candidates are still trying to decide and whether or not they're going to announce that they're following along, or if there will be multiple groups that try to sort of bring everybody towards different directions. Unfortunately, we kind of expected all this to happen. Hopefully it all goes as smoothly as possible. Hey, maybe token holders will get 2 or 3 different tokens that end up being valid and voted in for the 150 million tokens on multiple chains. That is always possible. As always, even though it is May 25th, things are still up in the air, and we have a few decisions still to make. In terms of coming to consensus on issues, the block producers don't have any good way to do that right now, because guess what? There's no blockchain tool that can do it as of right now, but hopefully that will come soon. So it's the chicken and egg problem that we've been dealing with all along, and that is partly why this community launch is so difficult. Not to mention, of course, all around the world, all these different languages, different time zones, everything else, it makes it hard to coordinate this kind of a thing. So just to make it very clear, EOS Go, we're a neutral information media source and a hub for the community. We are nothing more. We are not trying to organize anything. We're not trying to lead the charge here. We're not going to pick sides. We're not even going to pick a chain that we think is the right one. That's not our job. We're here to report on everything and keep the community updated so that folks can trust what we're telling them. So, and basically, we have gotten involved in the past more. We originally started as a group that would try to help with the launch. Times have changed dramatically. When we started, there was not a single block producer candidate out there at all back in December of 2017. And that is why we began, because we said, hey, someone has to do this launch, right? It's coming up in 5 months as of January, when there still when there weren't any block producer candidates that we could see. So then they started announcing, and then the avalanche began, and now we're up to 160, I believe, possibly even 170 block producer candidates at this point. So, long story short, we will see you guys at the launch party. Now, we're going to do, of course, another one of these videos this coming Tuesday. There will probably be new updates, because it seems like the updates are becoming more frequent and more frantic as the launch comes closer. Stress levels are very high for a lot of teams around the world. Folks have been working hard for a long time, not sleeping much, trying to make sure that this is a successful launch and that they can also be voted in and everything else. If you guys have any questions for us or anything you'd like to hear about or see, please reach out in the comments, or you can email us, of course, admin@eosgo.io. My name is Kevin Wilcox. I'm with EOS Go, and if you, hey, you know what? Go EOS, right? Thanks, guys.